What's going on, everybody? It's your boy ECat from the 330 NO. Hi-yo. Just want to say what's up to all you crazy metal motherfuckers out there on YouTube and everybody else. First off, I want to tell everybody thank you for who has subscribed to my channel and has liked my videos and shared them. I appreciate it much. Much love. I want to do a little bit of a review from the show March 26th at the House of Blues in Cleveland with the headliners Cradle of Filth, supported by Wednesday 13, and of course, everybody's band of favorite rejects, Raven fucking Black. First off, I just want to give a few shout outs to a couple people. I want to say thanks to my broskies in arms, David Wallace, Johnny Harmon, and Matthew Cover. Going to a show with me requires a lot of work. I do have a slight disability, so sometimes I got to walk a lot, and sometimes it's kind of hard to do. So I just want to say thanks to my boys for throwing me up on their shoulder, carrying me down the streets of Cleveland to get me up to the front, get me in that door when the doors opened, and also Johnny getting me down front to my spot that I wanted. I appreciate it. We get heckled a lot because, you got me up on your shoulder and I haven't even had a drink, and everybody's like, look at that guy, he's wasted, getting carried already. Well, I'm just having fun. Anyways, second off, I want to get a shout out to everybody in the Raven Rejects fan club and also on the Raven Black fan page. I don't want to name names because I know you guys don't do it just for publicity and for glam, but for everybody out there buying VIP passes and tickets to give away to complete total strangers to make sure they can experience this, you guys keep rocking, keep spreading this magic. All right. Also, I just got one thing to say as a man. I know, men, we love the beauty of a woman. But when you're at a show, don't be that douchebag. In the crowd, making gestures like this and shouting various, very explicit things. I know I got a potty mouth, but I don't want to say some of the stuff because I know there are younger viewers. But, when there's a 12-year-old girl who's at her very first rock show, and, as a young girl, she's looking up on the stage and seeing a band that's fronted by a female or even a band that's all females, especially when it's their birthday and it's their first show, they don't want to hear your douchey gestures that you're yelling at the top of your lungs. First off, nobody's going to think you're cool saying that stuff. And if they do, they're tools too. The metal scene is for everybody. It's for men, women, it's for whites, it's for blacks, it's for Asians, it's for Hispanics, all races. It's for all creeds. It don't matter if you're straight, bi, gay, transgender, whatever you are, man. It's a community for everybody. So, keep your douchey comments to yourself. And that's enough for ranting. Let's go ahead and get to the brass tacks, people. First up, coming on slightly a few minutes after 7, performing a stellar half-hour set, was the one and only Raven Black. I've seen this band in many situations. I've seen them in bars in front of 20, 30 people. I've seen them at the Agora. Now I've seen them at the House of Blues. I've seen them at the Odeon. All I have to say is each live performance and tour just keeps getting better and better. Their theatrical quality alone is enough. Even if you're not a fan of the music, the theatrical and the performance quality of the shows, I mean, anybody could be a fan. It's great. And the fact that, in their earlier tours, they did a lot of the production themselves. A lot of people don't understand, who was controlling those lights, but some of us know. And now to see them at the House of Blues and to actually, a lot of the opening bands, I don't care what they say, they do this stuff on purpose. They don't give them as good of sound quality as the headliners, but the House of Blues went all out. The lighting, the sound was excellent. Just every performance just keeps getting awesomer and awesomer. And, I loved the set. It was only a half hour long. Of course, they weren't the headlining act, But I would really like to see them start, if they're going to be supporting acts, I'd really like to start seeing them get bumped up in the lineup a little bit. I just think they deserve it. I'm not being biased because of, my friendship or because of my love of the music. I'm just being truthful when it comes down to it. And I don't know. It's great when you're watching a band that you love and you're surrounded and you start hearing people saying, "Man, how have I never heard of these guys? This is amazing, This show is great." And also, I love the addition of Drew for the live shows. I think it's for the first leg of this tour he's on it. I know he's a busy man. He has a lot of obligations. But I love the fact they got two guitarists up there now. So when, the doctor's doing his little crazy things, you got Drew in the background doing his riffs, and then they switch back and forth. Drew adds a lot of cool aspects to the sound, and I just think it's great. So shout out to you, man. It was a pleasure meeting you. You're a great dude. And hats off to all you guys on the stage that night. I know you guys are out there busting your butts, doing this every night, but every night you make the show like it's the first and last. And, your fans love that and they adore it. And another thing is bands out there, if you guys, you wonder why your merch sales are maybe a little low, or why you don't have a line out the door, and why, your stuff isn't sold out, getting shipped in 5 minutes before the show. It's because, once again, Raven, Muppet, Doctor, Stitches, Drew, now on this leg, they're down there at the merch stand taking pictures, signing autographs. They're not saying, "Hey, give me $20 and I'll autograph and take a picture." No, half the time they're the ones who are grabbing you up and saying, "Hey, do you want a picture?" Because they can tell you're a little bit maybe timid to ask, And, another thing, get them VIP passes, man. You guys want a good experience? You can sit in the RV and talk shop with these guys. It don't have to be about music. You could talk about anything, and don't be afraid. These guys love to talk. Don't be bashful, because, if you're not, if they can tell in your eye you kind of want to get a picture or you want to talk, they're going to confront you and be like, "Hey man, what's up? You want a picture? You want to talk? You want me to sign that?" So, Raven's rule is you better give her a hug, because if not, she's going to chase you down and give one. And that's for a reason, because they're very humble musicians, and they're great humans, and they're great people. And, I know people don't talk a lot about this, but there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that are done for other people who are in need, who might be sick, and I think it's great, and I think it's awesome. So, yeah, the first half hour of the show was killer. Loved it. My neck is stiff as hell. I was up front headbanging the whole time, screaming. My voice was gone 3 minutes in the Raven Black set because, of course, I'm going to yell as loud as I can because I want them to hear me while I'm hearing them. So once again, if you guys aren't fans, if you don't really know of the band, give them a listen and go check them out. All right. Second up that night, we had Wednesday 13. I'm not going to get on here and lie and say I know a lot about their music. I will tell you one thing truthfully, though. I am a big Murder Dolls fan. A lot of people don't know that was, a before thing, and the Wednesday 13 is now after. Like I said, I've heard some of their music. I'm not going to say I'm a super uber fan and, I love this song and I love that song. But I'm going to tell you another thing is when they got on stage, they're another great performing act. The theatrics, the costumes, I really dig when dude gets in his fucking glow in the dark. I'm not sure if it was a bodysuit or if it was paint, but it's all UV reacting lights. He wears this mask on the back of his face or back of his head, so he'll turn around and do poses and hold the mic up, and his gestures and his poses and stuff. You really sometimes can't tell if you're looking at the front of him or the back of him. The crowd was really amped. I know a lot of people who are big fans of this band. I know one in particular who was really excited to go. I know she ended up showing up. I was hoping to see her up front, but after watching some of her videos, I seen where she was at. She was down in the middle. and they got a great, a great reception. The crowd was digging it. They were loving it. Once again, I know there were like me, if there was a few people in the show who really's never heard of them. I mean, I've heard of them, not their music, but once they were on stage and started doing their thing, a lot of people were blown away. The sound quality was great. Their interaction, with the fans was awesome. A lot of these guys you don't understand. You can tell when they're really into a crowd because you got the edge of your stage, and then right after the edge of the stage, you got your amps, and you sometimes got your lights and your smoke machines. Well, there's about this much of a space in between the edge of the stage and the production equipment. Well, you can really tell when a band is really getting into the crowd because they will get up in front of all that stuff and they will tiptoe just to get closer to those fans, give them fans that point, stick that guitar out, it's great. And, like I said, I'm a much bigger fan, of Wednesday 13 now. I really hope to catch them again. That was my first time seeing them. I know they're going to be over in Europe with, I think, the Static X and Dope tour. I'm not sure what else they got going on, but, I'm going to be checking it out and hope to catch them again. Now, the headliners of the night, Cradle of Filth. I mean, before the show even starts and you're looking at the back wall, the tapestry they have, the artwork is amazing. And then you couldn't tell until they were about to go on, but they had these like torches hanging on every section of the tapestry. And, I'm up front with my cane and I'm making jokes to people. I'm like, hey man, who's got my back? I'm about to jump up there and grab that tapestry and take off running. Because if anybody knows me, running is not an option. So a couple people thought I was serious and was like, dude, you're stupid, if you actually are thinking of doing that. But, that's just me being a sarcastic, jokester. But, and another thing is about, Cradle is, I've seen them before at Ozfest. This was the first time I was actually able to get up front and actually check them out. But I didn't notice the last time I seen them how the drummer is encased in a plexiglass or a plastic, like, encasing. And I couldn't, me being kind of illiterate on certain things about production value, I didn't realize it, but it keeps that Cradle of Filth drum sound, the way they have their drum sound, it keeps it all encased. And it keeps the drum sound snappy. And you know what? I really liked it. I really appreciated it. They opened up with my favorite song, which I kind of got a couple people, ruined the surprise for me and told me that they were opening with Gilded Cunt. And I'm telling you what, there's nothing like it. And I don't care what anybody says. Everybody says, oh my God, I'd be so much more in the Cradle of Filth, but I can't get over the screams. I hate the screams. Well, you know what? I'm going to say this. This is only the second time I've seen Cradle, but after seeing him the first time at a open air venue, and being farther away, the show live, and now that I was up front for it, the show live is way better, in my opinion, than the music on the CDs. You can sit and listen to the CDs, and then you're going to hear Danny Filth up there fucking screaming his lungs out. And you're going to be like, how can anybody stand this? This is horrible. This is, crap. But when you see him up on stage live, the way he does his mic, when he's singing up close, and then he gets ready to go for them screams, and he fucking belts it out, there's no voiceovers. There's no manipulation of those screams. When you hear him go from his Danny Filth fucking singing to them I can't even attempt to imitate it. It's the shock value of just seeing the dramatics from the highs to the lows is freaking amazing. And like I said, another great performer. The stage props, you've got the girl up there singing the harmonics, playing the keyboard. You got, and once again, another band who interacts with the fans. I'm real big in, a lot of people don't understand it. but if you play guitars or you know anything about metal, you understand the pinky. And when I see a band up there and the guitar is shredding it, and I'm fucking yelling, yeah, bro, it's all about the fucking pinky. And, you know, they look at you with the guitar and aim down at you and they focus on that pinky. And, you know, they respect that you respect their craft and you know what's going on. You know, it was another thing. The guitarist all night, dude, every time he went into his pinkies, you know, fucking getting them pinkies going, he would look right at me and fucking hear me yelling, you know, fucking, it's about the fucking pinky. And it's amazing. So, you know, all in all, excellent show. House of Blues, you know, much respect to you guys. You know, I don't, you know, pull the disability card. My disability is just me, and all my friends, you know, think it's normal. But I'm going to tell you what, the House of Blues, while you're standing in line waiting to get in, from the moment you walk in to the whole time you're walking around, even to when you're hanging over front of that railing, if they see you and they know you've got a problem, they do nothing but try to cater to it. They want to make sure whether you want to enjoy the show from up top or if you want to be down on the floor, they want to make sure you're included in it and you have a great time. And hats off. And also, I want to say hats off to the one security guy who was right in front of me. I've got to admit, it's the first time in a long time I've ever seen a security guy hype up the crowd. That dude was getting up on the little benches and stands they have in front of the security gate to catch people, and he was actually pumping up the crowd. He was actually, you know, motioning. Circle pit, you guys. Come on, get that floor open. And, you know, most of the time, a lot of them guys aren't into metal music, and they really don't care to be there and hear it, and they really don't want to be catching a bunch of sweaty people surfing, crowd surfing, and they really don't want to have to worry about a crowd. But that dude, I give you props off to you, man. I think you had your back of your shirt said Staff 42. So Staff 42, man, you are a fucking excellent hype man, dude. You helped the crowd get into it. You actually helped the floor open up a little bit when it was kind of stale. So hats off to you. Hats off to House of Blues. The only thing I do want to point out, I was busting balls with, you know, Muppet and Chris. One thing you guys got to get right is it's not Black Raven. It's Raven frickin' Black, guys. You know? I heard so many people saying, oh, I like this Black Raven band, and it was all because of this flyer. And, you know, I make jokes about it and laugh about it, but, you know, these guys are out there busting their ass, and you know what? They deserve to get their names right, you know? So that's my only complaint. It's not really a complaint. It's kind of just a poke and a gag. You know me. If you know me, I'm a sarcastic motherfucker. But anyways, you know, I love the fact that I'm there and I'm seeing, you know, from multiple bands. You know, I wanted to get the shirt that had Jesus wearing a Danny Filth is a cunt shirt, and on the back it says Jesus is a cunt, but I was up front. I got my spot up front and just stayed there, and by the time I got back out to the main lobby, you know, everybody was kind of starting to break down the stuff, and you know, a lot of the cool things were sold out. So, you know, you live and you learn, man. If you want tickets and you want cool merch, don't pussyfoot around. Get that. Get it. Get it when you get there. Don't wait to the end of the show. Get it. Put it somewhere, stuff it down your pants, wear it, have someone run it to the car, you know, because as I found out, at the end of the night, a certain shirt you might want might be gone. You know, and I gotta put some product placement in here, man. This is my favorite freaking hoodie ever. It is the best fucking hoodie ever. I'm gonna tell you what, the quality is fucking top notch. The zipper alone on this shirt is 1,000 times better than some of the hoodies that I've paid $80 to $100 for. It's the quality is great. All of the new Raven Black merch is you know, it's all on frickin' Fruit of the Loom shirts. It's well worth the money, you know. So if you guys got a little extra money, you know, throw it out there. Support these guys, you know, and support all the bands. I'm not just saying Raven Black. I'm saying support all the bands on this tour, you know. Merch, you don't understand how much merch goes these days towards helping these guys out a lot. And I think it's really cool when you're hanging out with a band and they're like, well, I wish we had this, I wish we had that. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh my gosh, we just got a merch shipment. And then you ask them, well, what are you talking about? And they're like, dude, the merch has been flying off the stands. You know, we actually just have product getting shipped in for this show. And then you guys don't understand the hustle and bustle they got to do to get all that stuff out, separate it, and get it, ready for sale. So once again, man, I just want to tell everybody thanks who's tuning in to my channel, all the subscribers, everybody liking and sharing, all you guys complimenting me and sending me messages and saying, dude, keep doing what you're doing. We love it. I appreciate it. You know, keep on. If this tour is coming to a town near you, man, make sure you catch it. Whether you're a fan of one of the band or none of the bands, if you want to see a great produced show with great theatrics and just great value, this is the tour for you. And it's only, how these tours go. A band may play with a band once, or they may play with a band a million times. So don't miss out on the opportunity. And I just want to say shout out to everybody in the Toy Box. Shout out to everybody on the Raven Black fan page. Shout out to everybody in the Worldwide Metalhead Union. And shout out to everybody in the Raven Reject fan club. Much love to all you guys. Catch you all next time. Later.